Okay, ladies and gents, last video. So, we're going to talk about negative exponents here. Negative exponents, how are they different from positive exponents? That's the big deal, right? And there's a lot of common mistakes, and so I kind of wanted to walk through, because when I do problems in mathematics, it always helps me to see where they come from. And I can tell you what the answer is, but I want you to kind of see why I know what the answer is and how I get there every time. So I always go back to my table here. And our table is where we're going to start again. So you can see that I just copied the table that we had above or before, and I'm reusing it. And we're going to use the same thought process where we divided by 3 each time. Okay, so 81 divided by 3, 27. 27 divided by 3, 9. 9 divided by 3, 3. 3 divided by 3, 1. So here we go. Let me start with a different color so you can see us start in here. So 3 to the negative 1. 3 to the negative 1 would mean that I'm going to take this number and I'm going to follow my same pattern, right? If I divided by 3 above here, then I should divide by 3 again. So I'm going to take my 1, I'm going to divide by 3, and we're going to leave it as a fraction even though you hate them. So get used to them because you do not want to use decimals here. So we get 1/3. Okay, that's fine, right? So 3 to the negative 1 is 1/3. Notice that it makes sense because it's decreasing. It has to be less than 1 because every number has gone down. So 1 divided by 3 is 1/3. Okay, so then you should ask yourself what happens with a negative 2, right? What does it mean when I say 3 to the negative 2? Well, we're going to divide by 3 again. So 1/3 divided by 3. And again, that might be a little bit like, whoa, Miss Aspel, I haven't used my brain in like a month. I'm not really quite sure where you're going with this, and that's okay. So 1/3 divided by 3, and remember that when we divide by 3, that's the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal, and that's going to give me 1 divided by 3 times 3, or 1/9. Okay, so 3 to the negative 3. Well, if we're following the same pattern, we should divide by 3. When I divide by 3, the same thing should happen. And if you're not sure how I got there, just let me know. And that's going to give me 1/27. And just for giggles here, let's do 3 to the 4th. Negative 4th, because we already know what 3 to the 4th is. So that's going to be 1 divided by 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And you should notice that what's happening here in the denominator is the same thing that happened up here, right? 3 to the 3rd, 3 3s, 3 to the negative 3, it's 1 divided by 3 3s. So that should make some sense to you. Even nicer, let's look at this. My little rainbow here, okay? 3 to the 4th is 81. 3 to the negative 4th is 181. 3 to the 3rd is 27. 3 to the negative 3 is 1/27. Negative exponents are the reciprocals of the positive exponents. In other words, a to the negative n is going to equal 1 divided by a to the n. Or 3 to the negative 2 is going to equal 1 divided by 3 squared. I'm hoping that makes sense, that you can follow that from the pattern. The big thing here, oops, that did not work the way I wanted it to. Reciprocals, okay? So if you have any questions, just let me know. I know it's confusing. I will post whatever you need, but just let me know, okay? Have a great rest of the day, guys, and I will talk to you